Am I the only one who grew up noticing people making fun of darker skinned women and girls and calling them all type of names? Let's talk about colorism in the black community. Let's juice.
Come on, Blazer.
It's a beef for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Voodoo back with another quick little joke. And I was just sitting here thinking, minding my business, because it's really been a slow weekend. First of all, shout out to Essence Festival. It's going on right now. I think today should be the last day. Today's Sunday. So it should be the last day of Essence Festival. Lil Wayne popped out for a quick little, 1-2 for the hip hop community and a celebration or whatever. It looked like it was dope. I've been going to Essence Festival for a long time, so I don't really care about it. But shout out to all those who went. Now let's get into why we're here, child. So I was sitting here just minding my business, and the brown skin girl video came on with Beyonce, right? And so I'm just looking at how black women, beautiful dark black women are being celebrated. And I'm like, this is so dope, because I remember a time where when I was younger, being dark skinned, especially the darkest one in my household and even outside my household, I'm talking about even at school, people made fun of me. People really made fun of me. They would say, oh, I'm pretty for a dark skinned girl. And that didn't come until maybe high school, era. But they would say, I'm pretty for a darker skinned girl. They would always compare me to my sister who was of lighter skin. And I'm just sitting here saying dang, why are they doing this to me? And I've noticed in the recent past that it's now celebrated to be a darker skinned black girl, and I am here for it. But I just wanted to talk about colorism in the black community, because it definitely exists. It exists more than we want to accept it, but it exists not amongst just men, but black women as well. And I don't think we realize that. Look, I've been called African booty scratchers. I mean, listen, I done heard them all. Dark, everything negative about dark-skinned women, I have experienced it, right? So we fast forward to 2023, and now it seems like it's more of a celebration, right? So I'm just sitting here going when did this change? I'm not upset about the change. I'm here for the change. But I'm just trying to figure out, when did it change? Because I can recall some people, back in the day that would really just, drag you for just being dark skinned. Let's talk about it. For real. And I'm just talking about on a regular level, on a local level. But then it made me begin to think about celebrities. And I said, well, what prompted this change? Who came through the door and really shut it down for all this dark skin slander? You know what I mean? So then I was thinking, it's got to be a debate between Naomi Campbell and Lupita Nyong'o. I don't know how to say her last name, so excuse me for messing it up. And the reason I'm saying this between these two is because I remember Naomi Campbell being a top model, before the show America's Next Top Model. Naomi Campbell was that dark-skinned black woman like Grace Jones. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Grace Jones. But we gonna get to her. But Naomi Campbell in my era was the first black woman, dark-skinned black woman that was, known to be beautiful, that was recognized as beautiful. And I thought that was insane, because we all know that, what I'm saying? In my opinion, I always thought black girls were pretty. I always thought they had beautiful black girls. But I will say this, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't struggle with my complexion. When I grew up, I used to wish that I was lighter skinned like my sister, because I saw how the boys reacted to my sister. I saw how, everybody reacted to her versus how they reacted to me. And it kind of holds true today, because when I really think about it, even when I have the most vulnerable moments, when I want to just be oh, I'm so hurt, I'm feeling like I'm defeated, or I'm feeling low, people always saying, come on girl, you strong, you could do it. So, and it kind of lends to me being strong in the past, so I have to acknowledge that, but it also lends to my skin color. Let's just talk about it, because guess what? When I was younger, not even when I was younger, just period, typically darker skinned women are known to be stronger. And it's not in a bad way to go off or say something negative about lighter skinned women. This is not that. But what I'm saying is, typically darker skinned women get treated as if they can take care of themselves. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, so I was going down this rabbit hole, and I was like, who are all the dark skinned women that everybody was, kind of dragging and, giving a hard time to? And the first one is, as we see right here, I thought about was Nina Simone. Let me just say this. Nina Simone was a gorgeous, beautiful, brown, black woman, had the voice of an angel. Do you hear me? And I can recall when she would come on TV, back in the day when music came on TV, but when she would come on TV, I can recall like hearing black people, not white people, but black people saying disparaging things about this beautiful lady. And it was almost like, oh, she's ugly. Like, and I just never understood that because I didn't see ugly to her. Because remember, we were taught the out of Africa theory, right? So in my mind, the black woman with the head wrap and the, you know what I mean? Those distinct features, she was gorgeous to me. But to the masses in Black America, we didn't see it as that. We looked at Nina Simone as if, she's got this deep voice, she's got these hard distinct features, she's got the nappy hair, she ain't got the wigs on like the girls in the 70s did, like she's not wearing all the makeup, and they really didn't like her. And I ain't like that. I'm telling y'all now, I didn't like that because I saw me in Nina Simone. I really did. I thought that she was a gorgeous black woman, but to the masses, it wasn't celebrated. And to be honest, I can be honest and say at some point in time, I even fell into the colorism that we experience amongst each other in Black America. And I hate that I even succumbed to that, but that's literally what was happening at the time. But once I was able to see and think for myself and become a free thinker, I realized that the masses sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time gets it wrong. They do. They get it wrong. And we're correcting that now in 2023, and I'm here for it. But I'm just going back on the black women that I can remember, the brown-skinned, dark-skinned black women who got drugged by the black community because of their skin color and because of their features. Let's move on. I got some more to talk about. Maya Angelou. I can remember in elementary school learning that poem, and still I rise, and still I rise, and still I rise. And I remember saying, man, see, I think I always looked at beauty from an inwards, position versus an outerwards position, meaning like I see beauty from within a person, not on the outside. Because I've met some really ugly, beautiful people, right? And I've met some really beautiful, ugly people, you know what I mean? So ugly by society standards, not by mine. But I remember hearing this poem and I'm thinking, oh, Maya Angelou, this lady is gorgeous to me. And I'm just taking in her knowledge, her wisdom, her art form and all of that. But on the outside, I knew that she looked the way she looked, which was like me. And she was not one of the girls that was going to be recognized. She was not one of the girls that was going to be up at the top because of who she was. She wore her African garb. She wore her hair natural, nappy, if that's what you want to call it, because I don't call it nappy. I just call it natural. But she wore her hair natural. She didn't get the enhancement. She didn't wear the makeup because, believe it or not, that was real big in the 70s. Huge in the 70s. But Maya Angelou didn't succumb to that. She was unapologetically her. And I just thought she was gorgeous. But I know society standards at the time would say that she was not a beautiful, attractive woman. To be honest, I'd say they say that today as well. I know they want to celebrate the dark-skinned brown girls now, but it's certain dark-skinned brown girls. And we're going to get to that because I got some more. Let's move on. Let's really talk about it. Come on, we gonna come to the congregation, come to the front of the congregation, and let's be honest about it. Serena and Venus Williams. Not only did white people drag them, not only did white people make fun of them and call them names, black people did too. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest and have an honest conversation. Black people drug Venus and Serena only simply because of their hair. Let's be honest with each other. We praise them for being great athletes and arguably the best tennis players of all time, both black, white, and indifferent. However, we drugged them as a community. We did. Serena dated some black men, and the ones she dated were just like trash. Let's talk about it. And then she finally found her a white man, and now all the black men going crazy as if they were standing in line to be with her. We drugged Serena. We did. We drugged her. We drugged Venus. We thought they were ugly because they had regular features and normal black, dark-skinned features. We drugged them for their hair. We drugged them for their bodies. Men thought Serena had such a masculine, muscular body when in fact a woman that is in shape of color, not of color. Let me say that because let me retract that, because when you say woman of color, it could mean any color. Let's talk about Black American women. Black American women, or even Black African women. When it comes to women of color and we get in our shape and we get into a natural state of being in shape and working out and eating right and doing what we're supposed to do, that is typically the outcome of our bodies because we are stronger women. But we drug Serena, girl. We drug the wigs. We drug the edges. We drug every single thing about Serena, and I want us to come to the front of the congregation and admit it so we can move on and be better. You know what I mean? I don't want us to live in a space of denial. I want us to be honest and say, yeah, we did do that to Serena, our good sis, and Venus, and we sorry. Let's move on, because I got more. Now, I can't remember this lady name. Y'all forgive me. This was a rush job, but I had to bring her up here too. When this lady came out in defense of black women being essayed and assaulted by black men and men in general, the first thing most black people said, black men and women, was, who assaulted her? Because look at her. Let's talk about it. We are so colorist and have been so colorist in our past, we wouldn't even acknowledge a woman's pain just simply due to we feel like they're unattractive. Let's talk about it. We drugged this lady. This lady came out in defense of black women, shared her story. Y'all drug her up and down the street and really just discounted her story. And I personally, when it was happening, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because what we do know is abusers don't have to do what they do to the most attractive person in the room. They normally go for the most vulnerable and the most weak. And when that lady came out and gave her story, black people, not white people, black people was dragging this lady saying they don't believe it because they feel like she was unattractive. We calling everybody out today. We gonna call y'all out, including myself. We gonna call out the black colorism in the black community because it needs to come to an end and stay to an end, not have it a trend like it is right now. But I got some more. I present to you Miss Oprah Winfrey. Yes, let's talk about it. When Miss Oprah was up there with her pressing curl in her suits, her leisure suits, looking like she was a presidential candidate's first lady, y'all drug Oprah. Now, it may not be in your generation, but if it ain't in your generation, your mama did. Y'all drug Oprah down to the ground. Do you hear me? This fat black woman on TV actually having a voice and actually being able to be a good journalist and all of that. How dare she? That's what we did as a community. We drug Oprah up and down the street. Oprah had went through a whole thing where she was feeling depressed. She felt pressure from the media, from everybody, the tabloids at the time, that she needed to change her image because people wouldn't take her seriously. She went on a binge where her weight fluctuated up and down and up and down. But for the most part, when her weight fluctuated on the downside, it was when she felt the best. And y'all had Oprah over there on, girl, Weight Watchers and everything else, girl. Y'all had Oprah over there losing weight till she couldn't lose no more weight. This is how y'all had Oprah looking at some point. Let's talk about it. And you know what's crazy? Oprah is like me. Her weight is like mine. Like, I can get skinny. How Nene said, I know how to lose weight right now. I'm just hungry, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to lose weight, and Oprah does too, but that's not who she is. Y'all had Oprah looking like this. Why? Because she was a black fat woman. And y'all didn't feel like her image was good enough. So y'all had Oprah down there taking diet pills, Weight Watchers, doing all these things and of whatever she needed to do to lose weight. But it was from the peer pressure, mostly from the black community. Black community, we did. And now, it may not have been you, and I'm not saying it's you personally, but I'm saying as a community, we are criticizing and critical of our people more than anybody, and then get upset when other people do it. We drug Oprah. We drug Oprah through the ground. We did. I remember that. I was a child, but I remember that because, I used to pay attention to stuff that affected me. You know what I mean? But we drug Oprah, and Oprah lost her weight, and her weight came back on and off and all of that. But I think that it was partially due to us basically having a standard for Oprah, and I didn't like that. But I got more. Let's move on. Gabby Douglas. And we getting into the gymnast sector right now. Gabby Douglas, y'all drugged this girl while she was out there backflipping and cartwheeling for America, and all y'all cared about was her not having a perm. Y'all got to be stopped out here. Y'all did Gabby wrong. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all did Gabby wrong. And I saw it from the beginning. I wasn't on that train of, oh, look at her hair. If that girl is out there doing backflips and cartwheels, why do we care what her hair look like? She ain't got time to sit down and get no perm. But we was dragging Gabby Douglas, drug her down to the ground behind her hair. You can tell, listen, she was around them white folks. They didn't even know how to deal with her hair. And we drugged Gabby just because her hair wasn't slicked back and permed. As we now know, the perm is now costing the big C's. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So shout out to Gabby for not getting one. But we drugged Gabby like a dog. We sure did. And I didn't like it. I thought it was anti-black. I thought it was anti-woman, anti-black woman. And I didn't like it. But we drugged that girl. But since we speaking of doggone gymnasts, I'm about to give y'all one y'all just recently drugged. And I didn't like that one at all. Let's talk about Miss Simone Biles. Yay. Miss Simone Biles just had the best thing that most black women pray for, which was a husband. You know what I'm saying? She just got married, had a wedding, was doing very well. Y'all was already dragging the girl during the season. Y'all talking about the girl here. Oh, she ain't got no slick edge control, or she ain't did this and she ain't did that. And when that girl walked down the aisle to say I do, y'all heifer said, oh no, she didn't. What was y'all talking about? Her edges. Y'all drugged this girl on social media saying that, forget the fact that she looked gorgeous. Forget the fact that she is celebrating a huge milestone in life. Forget the fact that she's found love. Forget the fact that she's young and successful. Forget the fact that the man she's married is young and successful. Forget the fact that her dress was gorgeous. The whole scene was gorgeous. Black women zeroed in on the fact that Simone Biles' edges wasn't laid during her ceremony. Come on, black women, come up to the front of the congregation. We got to talk about it. We got to be honest and talk about it. This one is going on black women. Just like the other hair comments, black women. We are the most critical of each other. You know, I often wish that we stuck together as much as other groups of women do. I even wish often that black men protected black women as much as other men, I'm sorry. That I wish that they protected us like the other groups of men protect their women. But then I had to think about it too. And this is just me being accountable. One of the reasons why it's hard to protect us is because we don't protect us. What does that mean? That means if we basically set a standard as black women in our community and shun the evils and the bads that make us look negative, we would get the respect of other groups of people, especially other black men, because we would set a standard. We would have a standard that, hey, this is the line you will not cross. But we don't do that. We drag each other more than, sometimes more than other people. And then when black men or other groups of people try to collectively get together and drag us, then we want to stick together. But it's hard when we're not sticking together already. I wish that as a culture of black women, we held each other accountable. Like I just did a video a few videos ago about Suki being assaulted or whatever. And I stand by what I said. She should not have been assaulted. She didn't do anything to deserve to be violated. However, the Sukianas, the Sexy Reds, I'm not counting Cardi B because she not black. Like her, but she ain't black. I'm talking about black women. The girls who get out there and defame us as a culture, we don't shun them. We actually shake our booties to them, right? But then when Miss Simone Biles go and get married and she's doing something positive that make black women look good and make black women look more celebrated, we drag her. Why? Because her edges. We are so lost as a culture, and I really wish that we would get into a better space and be better as women, because we have to hold each other accountable. And I'm holding black women accountable for dragging Miss Simone Biles and Miss Gabby Douglas and all these other women I mentioned, because we perpetuate the colorism that we act like everybody else is putting on us more than anybody. Literally, we can be the most colorist toward each other, and I don't like it. But I got another one. Let's move on. I remember growing up watching this lady in the films and Ghost and in all these other films that she had. Y'all was saying this lady was a dagger. Why? Why was she a dagger? Because she ain't had no eyebrows? Nope. Why was she a dagger? Because she dressed in jeans and in top coats? Nope. Y'all said that lady was a dagger because that lady had nappy dreads, as y'all would call nappy, but nappy dreads, and she was dark skinned with purple lips. Let's talk about it. Come on now. Y'all, not just black women, black men too. Y'all labeled this lady a whole dagger because she had dark skin, nappy dreads, and purple lips. Whole time she was dating white men on the low. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, girl. Why did we do that to her? Why did we do that to our good sis? You know what I'm saying? Now, listen, Whoopi don't always get it right. Sometimes Whoopi be saying some stuff and I be saying, Whoopi, go lay down. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's still one of ours. She still belong to us, and we drugged that lady. We drugged that lady down to the ground, and I feel like we as black women should be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? And black men. We did that lady dirty. Y'all did Whoopi wrong. Now Whoopi was round up with them old white men, and then y'all want to say something. Let her be with the white men. You see what I'm saying? Just like Serena. Serena went got her white man. Now everybody got something to say. Y'all let these people be because we didn't do right by them. Let them go in on do what they got to do. Let's move on. Now, when everybody was running around here acting like Beyonce was the end all be all, and y'all still do, especially the Beehive. Don't come sting me. I'm just trying to tell y'all a story. But when Beyonce was the tell all be all, even when they had 4 girls, y'all did not give Kelly no props. When the whole time Kelly is super talented, Kelly is beautiful, Kelly is dark skinned, y'all was dragging Kelly. But now, brown skin girl, your lips just like pearls, the pretty thing in the world. Nobody can remember anybody got me, brown skin girl. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. That's not what y'all was saying. Y'all was dragging Kelly when she was in the group. Y'all thought Kelly wasn't the most attractive. Y'all was giving LaToya, Latavia, hell, even crazy Michelle. But now, with the Kelly rolling, now y'all want to give Kelly props. Put the finger up, Kelly. Kelly, put your finger up, Kelly. Stop him. Stop him, Kelly, because now they want to appreciate your beauty. They didn't appreciate your beauty when you were standing next to Beyonce. But now that you are standing alone, do you hear me? Now they want to appreciate your beauty. I don't like it. I have always seen the beauty in Kelly. Even when she had the pixie cut, I always thought Kelly was a pretty girl. But she was overshadowed and overlooked by Beyonce. Hell, even Michelle. And we all know, this is no shade to Michelle, because I love Michelle too. I love her voice. But I'll just say this. In my opinion, Miss Kelly Rowland has always been the prettiest out of Destiny's Child. Whether you put her with the 4 girls or with the 3. I've always thought Kelly was the prettiest. But no, y'all had to get her away from Beyonce and on her own, standing on her own 2 and her own 10 for y'all to finally realize that brown skin girl, your lips just like pearl, prettiest thing in the world. I wouldn't change you or anybody else me with my Kelly rolling. Now y'all want Kelly to roll in. Come on now. Y'all should have knew this. Hell, I seen it in this era. Let's talk about it. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Yeah, I knew it did. Look at that skin. Look at the picture, y'all, for real. Look at Kelly's skin. Look at Kelly's lips, her nose, even with the pixie cut, girl, with the Reba McEntire hair. Kelly was a bad broad. I've been saying this, but now all of a sudden everybody won't be on Kelly. Kelly can't do no wrong. Kelly this, Kelly that. I've been trying to tell y'all, but because of the colorism in the black community, we won't see it because she was dark skinned standing next to light skinned Beyonce. Let's talk about it. Can we be real? Can we really talk for real, y'all? Long as Kelly was standing next to light skinned Beyonce, y'all was not checking for no Kelly Rowland. Y'all wasn't. She did the whole thing with Nelly, and she got her praises or whatever the case may be, but y'all wasn't really still checking for Kelly like that. Let's talk about it. Y'all wasn't checking for Kelly like that. It took Beyonce to put her down there in the brown skin girl. Your lips just like pearls. And I know the lyrics might be wrong. I don't know the song like that. But listen, it took Beyonce to acknowledge my girl, Miss Kelly Rowland, for y'all to start saying, oh yeah, she is beautiful. But I saw it way back in the gap. Beyonce picked up Kelly, put her in the video, and made you heifers know it. That Kelly is beautiful. That hell, even she admires Kelly's brown skin, dark skin. Y'all wasn't doing all of that when that girl was in Destiny's Child. When that girl was in Destiny's Child and it was about Beyonce and the Destiny's Child, y'all was not giving Kelly her props. Now that Kelly is standing on her own 10, like I said before, and Beyonce has acknowledged that she even admires Kelly's brown skin. Now y'all want to sit up there hollering, oh yeah, Kelly pretty, Kelly this, Kelly that. Nuh-uh. I want to say this. I'm on the committee of people who always thought Kelly was a beautiful brown skin, dark skin girl. And let me tell y'all something too. You know what I grew up with? I grew up with my father telling me every single day, every time he would run across me, he would tell me how beautiful I was. This is so important for young black girls. And let me tell you why. What my father did for my self-esteem by telling me how beautiful I was all the time and how I'm the prettiest girl in the world was insanity. Like it took my self-esteem not to where I felt like I was better than anybody or I was doing more or nothing like that. It was nothing like that. But in a world where dark-skinned women, especially at the time, was looked at as or deemed as automatically unattractive, my daddy putting that into my spirit, it helped me to navigate a world that thought I was ugly, right? And it also helped me to notice other beautiful dark-skinned women who probably didn't know it themselves because they didn't probably have that affirmation from their father. But it is so important that young black girls hear that from a man who has no sexual attraction to them, because it tells them and it gives them a sense of confirmation that, hey, look, outside, when I say that you're beautiful, it's not coming from a place of me wanting something in return, if that makes sense. Kelly Rowland, I noticed she was beautiful from the first time I laid eyes on Destiny's Child. My eyes have always been fixated toward Kelly Rowland. And I think that it's wonderful that everybody's acknowledging her beauty right now and her dark chocolate skin and her mocha skin and all of that. But I feel like it was influenced and trended by Beyonce. I think had Beyonce not influenced and trended it, and I could be wrong, but I don't think that she would be getting the love that she deserved. But Kelly Rowland goes down in my all-time favorite list of mocha chocolate black women who still to this day does not get the credit that she absolutely deserves. Shout out to Kelly Rowland. And I'm gonna hit y'all with this last one because I feel like this one need to be discussed more than anyone because it impacts our community more than anything, and whether we know it and acknowledge it or not. And it might ruffle a lot of feathers, but it is what it is. We gotta talk about it. Miss Blue Ivy Carter. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. It might trigger you. If it does, click off the video, but we gonna talk about it, and I gotta be honest. I can recall when this little girl was a baby. I can recall whenever she would be seen out, in public or whatever, in the public of black women, not black men, not white women, not white men, not Asian, not Hispanic, none of that. Black women drag a child. Do you hear me? A child, because they felt like her hair was quote unquote unkept. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a second. Look at it. We a child, an innocent baby who knows nothing of this world, who knows nothing of what's going on in this lifetime. We a child. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Y'all got up there and went in on Blue Ivy hair saying Beyonce got so much money, why she ain't fixing this baby hair? I can't believe she got this baby out here looking like that. She ain't got no barrettes and no balls and all of this and no ribbons in her hair. They ain't putting no grease in her hair. They not combing her hair. Oh yes, black women, come on up to the front of the congregation. Yes, you did. Y'all went in on a child. Do you hear me? Until that butterfly turned down and blossomed. You know what I'm saying? Now that blue done came out, you know what I'm saying? With the beautiful thick curls. Now y'all want to say, oh, blue. No, baby, no. Listen, let me tell you something. This is what we got to learn as black women. What we thought was right growing up, it wasn't right. Our mamas putting all them tight rubber bands, barrettes, and all of that stuff in our head. In New Orleans, we call them barrettes. And we were putting all of that stuff in our heads. Girl, the edges is trying to edge. Now that we grown, we wondering why the hair falling out by the seams. We wondering why calling it stress. It ain't stress, girl. Your hair is tired of being constrained down the way your mama and them had it with them tight braids, with the dookie braids and all of that. And y'all, Blue Ivy Carter. And the whole time, Blue Ivy Carter got a better head of hair than most of us. Let's talk about it. Come on now, let's talk about it. Look at the body and the sheen on that hair. She could be on a perm box. Look at it. Come on now, come on. I need y'all to look at it. As black women, we dropped the ball tremendously on this. As black women, we messed up tremendously on this. And as black culture, we owe Blue Ivy Carter, Beyonce Carter, and what's that Jay-Z Carter. whatever, we owe them apologies. We do. We owe all of them, especially the child, an apology. And to be honest, now that I'm looking back at it, I used to braid my hair and put my baby hair and all of that stuff. Granted, her hair is hella thick right now because, you know, she's mixed with, excuse my French, nigger in Honduran. You know what I'm saying? But black Honduran. But nevertheless, my baby hair is thick as hell. But if I could change and go back and turn that around, I would not have done what I've done to my child's hair. We drug Beyonce. We drug a child. Y'all have even compared her to, what's that little crazy child name? Northwest. And I ain't calling the child crazy, but I feel like a lot of parenting ain't parenting around there. But we compared this child to her. Saucy Santana did. I drug him in one of the videos behind that. We did that. Listen, we owe Blue Ivy an apology. And we owe black women an apology. Black people, black women mostly, but black people. And the only reason I'm saying black women mostly owe black women an apology is because we are the standard. We set the standard and we are the standard. And we worry about all the wrong things. The stuff we need to be shunning in public, we don't shun. The Glorillas of the world, the Sukianas of the world, all these people who are tearing our image apart, we don't shun them. But we worried about young black children. We owe each other an apology, black women. Myself included. Because I can't sit up here and act like I'm too big or too far from reproach. We owe black women an apology. And I want to be the first to say, in my ignorance, when I used to see Blue Ivy as a baby, I literally thought the same thing. Why wouldn't Beyonce have somebody to do this girl hair? So I want to say to Blue Ivy myself, I apologize in my ignorance. My ignorance is not an excuse, but I just want to say I'm sorry. And I want to apologize to any other black woman, light skin, dark skin, nappy head, 4C hair, straight hair, light skin, dark skin, big lips, big nose, big hands, flat butts, flat chest, what else can I say? Women who, any black woman, not a woman of color, any black woman from the continent of Africa or black American woman, I sincerely apologize because I know that we can sometimes be our own worst enemy. We don't deserve the things we've gotten. We don't deserve the things we've gotten from each other. And I employ everyone out there to have the same mindset. It shouldn't have to be trendy for us to realize, hey, as black women, we are beautiful. We should not have to grow up in a society that tells us that dark-skinned black women are not beautiful. We should not have to grow up in a society that other black women look at us and tell us we are not beautiful. I think that it is very urgent and imperative that we love each other. We love our skin. We love our hair naturally. We love everything about us naturally. We uplift each other and we take all of the negative things that have been employing black women and giving black women these platforms to just be negative and spew all this negativity, this sexual misconduct, all of this stuff. I employ us to just get rid of that set of standard and actually hold each other accountable. This is my story. This is how I felt. It was on my heart to put it out there. It was on my heart to have everybody have this conversation because it's an honest one that we need to have amongst ourselves in the black community, preferably amongst black women. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about this subject? Am I wrong? Am I right? Just let me know how you feel, whether you agree or disagree. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see y'all hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.